Hello everyone, it is me, the Potato Uncle, and today we are in Aljunied. As one of the more vibrant areas in eastern Singapore, Aljunied is known for its eclectic collection of historic buildings, narrow side streets that invite adventure, and of course durians, a fruit loved by locals and hated by foreigners due to its overpowering smell and taste. The wider area is home to Singapore's only official red light district and hosts some of the best seafood restaurants in the country. But today, we are lifting the curtain on Aljunied's historic and spiritual side, try handmade noodles, and the best local desserts that I have had in a very long time. Aljunied is synonymous with Geylang, but Geylang is actually a much larger area comprising of Eunos, Paya Lebar, Aljunied, McPherson and maybe even Dakota. So the area is much bigger, but whenever you ask anyone to meet up in Geylang, they're probably talking about Aljunied. The area has seen an influx of the occasional modern apartment building, but it is still a far cry from the more gentrified city core. The jumble of modern apartment blocks, neglected structures from yesteryear and carefully restored historic buildings line the streets of Aljunied. Every turn offers a new vantage point, from the historic to the old school, to the neglected, to the awe-inspiring. And don't forget about the side streets. Aljunied, the MRT station, is named after Aljunied, the area, and Aljunied, the area, is named after Aljunied Road, and Aljunied Road is named after Syed Ali bin Mohammed Aljunied, whose family owned big plots of land around the Aljunied area. The road Aljunied was named after him in 1926. Up until the Second World War, Aljunied was mostly fields. During the Second World War, the Japanese turned it into air hangars, and just after the Second World War, Aljunied transformed into a squatter village. And in the 1950s, the SIT, the Singapore Improvement Trust, built one of the first public housings of the East here in the Aljunied area. Later, the area became famous for its red light district, which also attracted good restaurants, fresh fruit, and surprisingly a lot of spiritual places, especially for Buddhism. Coming to Aljunied, you will notice the unbearable heat. The heatsink of Singapore is the result of zoning laws that restrict the height of buildings due to a long-gone airport in the area. The heavily concreted area, low buildings that offer no shade and very little vegetation make it the death valley of Singapore. So find those little side streets that offer that much needed shade. And right here we stumbled upon the skewer bar in Aljunied, but I think that is worth a completely separate video, so do check that one out as well. I am just taking the side streets because there's at least a little bit of shade. It's getting really hot. We have now reached L32, a noodle house that is famous for its handmade noodles. Popular choices are prawn, clam, fishball and chicken. Today we are trying pork. I don't think I eat pork often enough. I really like it. So it is barely noon and the place is already ram-packed. The noodles, the dishes look absolutely amazing. They gave me a 30-minute wait, which is why I'm just cooling down with a little iced coffee. Kopi Peng Tapau is my usual. I'm quite excited actually. That looks absolutely amazing. So much meat in here, fresh noodles, dried fish, fresh vegetables. Aljunied never struck me as a very religious area. I thought it's only known for its nightlife and durians and seafood. But just me walking around makes me realize there's quite a lot more. I'm especially surprised about the heavy representation of religion in this area. I really didn't expect that at all. So come check it out for yourself. A quick Google search reveals that more than 20 Buddhist and Taoist temples are within walking distance of Aljunied station. It's an often overlooked characteristic of the area that's usually known for its nightlife. At every turn, the streets are peppered with religious symbols, from imposing structures to small communities squeezed into the ground floors of shophouses. We are now on our way to Gong, Guan. Just down the road, a traditional dessert shop, and that's exactly what I need now. I could go for something sweet. Can I have this one, please? This one, and this one.
Huh? You want what?
All four. One,
All
two,
four, one,
three,
1, 2, 3,
four.
4.
Yes.
Take away.
For having here.
Having here?
Yeah.
One person eat 4.
Of course.
Huh?
Big boy. I can. I'm out of the heat. I have arrived at my dessert place and it looks absolutely amazing. I will start with the one that has the most ice in it because I guess it will just melt. It's really, really good. I like it very much. Yes, it's really good. That's exactly what I needed. It's really hot outside. And 4 desserts are in order here. The second one is melon, I believe, some sago and coconut milk. For the original one I'm supposed to put some honey on it, and it is a little bit more like jelly. Ooh. It reminds me of tea. It's like herbal jelly. Kind of good, especially with the honey. It's really, really good. Otherwise it might be a little bit bitter, but the honey perfectly balances everything out. And the last one is the classic mango pudding. Oh. And it's very good. Not too sweet. It's perfectly balanced. I only had mango pudding in the past when I went to big Chinese restaurants. They always serve it as a dessert. And in the restaurants it's usually a little bit more watery, a little bit more, not creamy, just a little bit more watery, a little bit sweeter. But this one here is not as sweet, it's perfectly balanced and it has some real mango pieces in it. That was Gong Guan desserts in Aljunied. I thought it was amazing. The sago was firm, the fruit is very fresh, and what's very important to me that it's not crazy sweet, so I think has the perfect balance. So here's the thing with the black herbal jelly. I personally am not a big fan of herbal jellies in general, but I do understand how this is probably one of the higher end ones, because even I liked it. Previously I've only had the ones you get in shopping malls, but this one was actually kind of good. And that's it for today. That is all about Aljunied. As you can see, Aljunied has way more to offer than just durian, seafood and prostitutes. Definitely check it out. It's worth a try. If you're local, you may be more interested in just the food. I totally get that. If, however, you're a foreigner, you may be interested in the little side streets and the nooks and crannies. But of course, I know Aljunied has so much more to offer than the thing that I showed. So if you have any recommendations, please leave it in the comment section below. Until then, bye bye.